So I just hit this PR deadlift at 735 pounds, and I figured I'd make a YouTube video on it because I was asked to do so in the Instagram comments. Was it just a matter of time due to consistent hard training that I was able to achieve this? Or did I change something about my programming that contributed to this? I think it's mostly due to just consistent hard training, but ever since last May, so with the last 9 months or so, I've done a lot more full body splits in my programming compared to upper lower splits. So with this full body split, that increased my pulling frequency from 1 to maybe 2 times per week to 2 to maybe 3 times per week. So I'm sure that is a strong contributing factor too. To the point of this specific lift, this specific PR, I think it's a great example of just mind over matter. I actually felt horrible going into this training session. I did plan on hitting a single with some back offsets, but I felt pretty tired, pretty slow and lethargic, and I figured I'd hit my single at like 655 to maybe 675. Right before I started training, there was a couple of things that happened that really messed with my head. I ordered a Christmas gift for my daughter from Amazon and they shipped it to the wrong address, so I spent about an hour on the phone with Amazon trying to resolve that issue, and my debit card registered some fraud on the card, so I was on the phone with Wells Fargo for about an hour trying to resolve that issue. And all of these really angered me and kind of made me not want to train because it shortened my window of time to train, but at the same time, training is what's good for my headspace, so I knew I had to get it done. So I started pulling my warm-up sets, and I'm showing all of the warm-up sets here, but each time I added weight to the bar, I felt like my reps were getting higher and higher quality. I think because I was just so angry with Amazon and my bank, hitting a heavy single was really good for me and it gave me an opportunity to really let out my frustrations. So even though my body wasn't feeling right, I was still able to pull more weight than I ever had in my entire life. My OVR device was registering very small decreases in bar speed with each jump I made. My 675 pound pull moved at a speed of 0.18 meters per second, and my 715 pound pull only dropped to 0.14 meters per second. And I knew that I had pulled 700 at 0.14 meters per second about 6 weeks ago. So that's essentially a 15 pound PR at the same velocity. So I felt like I could make another jump. From 715, I made the 20 pound jump to 735, and that even moved at 0.13 meters per second. So also a very small drop off. But yeah, that's my reflection on the lift. Even if your body isn't feeling great, sometimes it is worth it to push it. Sometimes when you're not in a good headspace, that's the best time to push past your expectations. And I also think it's a really good example of how training is great for your mental health. When you're really pissed off, when you're frustrated, when you're angry, sometimes you just want to break something or throw something, just want to do something physical and aggressive, and training is a great outlet for something like that without actually doing anything illegal or breaking shit. So yeah, I'm sure some of the programming changes I've made in the past 9 months or so have contributed to this, and I'm sure just consistent hard training also contributed to this. But I also think the fact that I was just in a high arousal state due to the life stress beforehand really contributed to this. It just gave me an opportunity to let out all of my frustrations. Yeah, those are my thoughts. That's my reflection. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next video.